Hi, I'm Allison Jeraci with Yoga International. Today I'll be showing you 3 propped versions of side crow or Parshva Bakasana. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to this video so that you don't miss the next one. Let's get started. So side crow can be a very challenging position to do. You're balancing on both of your hands and you're in a twist and you're leaning forward with your feet in the air. If you are already practicing this arm balance, then these propped versions will help you to maintain your arm balance, but they'll also help you to work on the nuances of the arm balance. If you're not quite there yet, then the propped versions help to give you a little more support in order to get into them, but then also they incrementally help you to build strength and the flexibility required for these particular postures. So let's get started. So the first variation that we'll do is great if you have a wrist or a shoulder injury, or you're not quite yet there to be flying. So this encompasses the shape of the pose, but without balancing on your hands. So you'll start on either a bolster or on a couple of blankets. You'll have your feet out in front of you, hug your legs in together, and then you take your left arm and cross my left elbow to the outside of my thigh. And I can use the elbow to sort of leverage a little bit more of a twist. And then once I'm there, I take my other hand out and I look at my hands so that they're shoulder width apart. Quite frequently, I'll see something like this, okay? So this top elbow needs to come down by your rib cage. So you'll hug your inner legs, you'll hug your arms, and then I'm pushing, right? I'm not pushing into anything, but I'm imagining that I'm pushing into the floor here. There's another variation of this where you can lift your feet off of the wall or off of the floor rather, and so that will give you a little more activity in the abdomen. So for that variation, you can lean back, see if you can hover your feet, whoop, and there you are. And then to come down, you'll place your feet on the floor, unwind your twist. Okay? Make sure you practice that one on the other side, and then we'll get into our next one. So for this variation of side crow, you'll use 4 blocks. You can use 2 blocks, but it is more stable to have 2 blocks rather than having 1 block at the tallest height. So I'll set these blocks up so that they're about shoulder width apart, and you'll test. So you want to make sure that it's okay to bear your weight on the support that you have. I'll take my 3rd fingers, I line them up very close to the blocks. I'm in a tabletop position, I bend my elbows, and I want to make sure that the center of my shoulders catch the center of the blocks. Okay? And so once you know that you have the right settings, then you can proceed into the arm balance. So you'll come from a squat position with the heels lifted. I'm going to turn my torso and hook my elbow to the outside of my thigh. And as I do that, then I want to find the hand placement of bringing my fingertips right behind the blocks again. The leg that's attached to your arm, that leg is going to come out first. And you place your shoulders onto the support. Okay. Then from there, you can pick up the other leg, pull the heels in, and then twist just a little bit more by pushing down into your left hand and imagining taking your right shoulder away from the block. And then to come down, you'll slowly shift weight back into the heels of your hands until your feet come down to the floor. And then you'll try your other side, okay? The final variation, which is my absolute favorite variation, especially if you have all of the setup component pieces of side crow, but you're still having trouble taking off, this one is a winner. You'll make your way on over to the wall, and you start similar to the block variation. Okay? I'm pretty close to the wall. My shoulder is about at the same height my shoulder is about a few inches away from the wall, okay? And then from there, again, I turn, I place my hands down so my elbow comes to the outside of my thigh. I make sure that my hands are about as wide as my shoulders, maybe even a little bit more. Then I'll take the ball of my foot and place the ball of my foot onto the wall. So I lean a little bit forward into my hands. Then from there, I'll bend my elbows a little bit more as I press my foot into the wall and slide my other foot to the wall. And then I can walk up a little bit more and turn my shoulders so that they square down towards the floor. Then from here, I'll place one foot back onto the floor and then the other and try the other side. So from here, those were those 3 propped versions of side crow. Let us know in the comments below which variation of side crow you like the best. Like, subscribe so you don't miss our next video, and I'll see you in the next one.